My Lords, it is genuinely difficult to summarise such a wide-ranging and debate of a very high standard indeed. I only have one genuinely bright idea that has emerged from the whole thing, and that is that each group, as we go through committee, each group of amendments should in fact be introduced by the noble Lord Allen of Hallam, because it is only after I have heard his contribution on each occasion that I have begun to understand the full complexity of what I have been saying. And I suspect I'm not alone in that, and that we would all benefit from hearing the noble Lord before we get to our feet. That is not meant to sound the slightest bit arch. It's absolutely genuine. The debate expressed a very wide range of concerns. There were concerns about gang grooming and recruiting, expressed on behalf of the Right Reverend Prelate, the Bishop of Derby. There were concerns about trolling against country businesses from my noble friend, Lady Buscombe. But I think it's fair to say that most speakers focused on these issues about, one, the definition of legality, so well explicated by the noble Lord Allen of Hallam; two, the judgment bar that providers have to pass in order to establish whether something should be taken down or not; and three, the mandating, the legislative mandating of private foreign companies to censor free speech rights that are so hard won here in this country. And these are the things that mainly concern us. I was delighted that I found myself agreeing so much with what the noble Baroness Lady Kidron said, even though she was speaking in another voice or on behalf of another person. If her own sentiments coincide with the sentiments of the noble Lord, she was...
Sorry to intrude, but I must say now on the record that I was speaking on my own behalf, and the complication of measuring and those particular things are terribly important to establish. So I am once again happy to agree with you.
I'm delighted to hear the noble Baroness say that, and it shows that pool of common ground that we share is widening every time we get to our feet. However, the pool is not particularly widening, I'm afraid to say, at least in respect of myself. Other noble lords may have been greatly reassured, but not widening, particularly in respect of myself with my noble friend, the Minister, who I'm afraid has not in any sense addressed the issues about free speech that I have raised earlier and that many other noble lords have raised. And I think on some issues we are finding a consensus in the House that is drifting away from my noble friend, and we probably need to put our heads together more closely on some of these issues with the passage of time in committee. Nor did my noble friend say anything that satisfied me in respect of the practical operation of these obligations on smaller sites. He speaks very smoothly and persuasively of risk-based, proactive approaches, without saying that for a large number of sites this is going to mean a complete re-engineering of their business model. And if you are Wikipedia operating in a minority language, for example, Welsh Wikipedia, which is the largest Welsh language website in the world, if you are operating it and your model involves monitoring what is put up by the community and correcting it as you go along, rather than having a model in advance that it is designed to prevent things being put there in the first place, then you are very likely to close down. And if that is one of the consequences of this bill, the government will soon hear about it. Finally, I'd only say I'm still very concerned about the public order offences, But finally, I'd say to my noble friend that if he is so concerned about the dissemination of alarm amongst the population under the provisions of the Public Order Act, what do you think His Majesty's government was doing on Sunday afternoon at 3:30 in the afternoon?
Do I take it that the noble lord wishes to